Hello, 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 everyone. Good evening from here. This is Michael Kevin. Welcome on tonight's business school with Michael Kevin. And tonight I have an amazing guest by name Umunna Uche. He's a wonderful personality. So tonight we are going to be talking about a very interesting and amazing topic, relational prosperity. And I urge you to stay till the end of tonight's event. And trust me, it's really going to bless you. We are live on Facebook, we are live on YouTube, so you can tune in on any of those two to, follow up. This is MBS episode 7. We have been doing this for some weeks now. We have the episode 1, episode 2, so you can check that out on other platforms. My name is Michael Kevin. I'm a growth strategist, a business coach. I talk about growth. I love growth. I love progress. And here I have an amazing guest who will be doing this with me tonight. So you are welcome to the Michael Kevin Show, Mastering Business
Thank you very
Strategies.
much.
So please introduce
Thank you very
yourself.
much. Okay, my name is Umunna Uchenna, and I'm popularly known as Mr. Right. I'm the founder of Right Impact Forum. Right Impact Forum is a relationship group chat, a leadership group chat, and also a group chat where we believe in making a difference. Intentionality is our goal, and we believe in instilling that spirit of intentionality as well as making our relationship strong. Thank you very much. I'm really glad I'm given this wonderful opportunity to be part of this business school. And I believe at the end of the day, we'll have all cause to smile and give glory to Almighty. Thank you.
Okay. Wow. It's good to have you live tonight, sir. It's good to have
Thank
you.
you.
So tonight we are talking
Thank you.
about a very interesting topic, relational prosperity, and I would like you to, quickly give a kind of highlight on that. So let's understand what we are discussing tonight.
Okay. So many persons think being prosperous rather, being rich, it's only having finance, only having money, only having assets and the rest. But I don't know that prosperity also has an instillment towards relationship life. Now, relational prosperity traces its roots to other prosperity. We have financial prosperity and other across. Now, I would rather say relational prosperity means creating, developing, and having quality opportunity to express and reciprocate love. I would repeat that. Relational prosperity means creating, developing, and having quality opportunities to express and reciprocate love. Now, this reciprocating of love, and I know when people hear love, they think we are only talking about romance and the rest. Relational prosperity, as the topic entails, is a concept map that can give birth to so many branches. We'll talk about, yes, a romantic love. It can be bought, sorry, it cannot be bought, it can only be sought by being the person we want others to be. That's all I would say relational prosperity.
Wow, that's amazing. That's amazing. Yeah, and I believe tonight is going to really inspire someone, to build upon this topic because this is a life transforming topic for me, and I know, yeah, it's really going to be inspiring. And I've always believed, right from a long time ago, I've always believed that one of the key thing in life is relationship, like to prioritize relationship. It is a key area of life because without relationships, certain doors would still remain locked in your life. You can have numerous thoughts, but certain things in life only open up due to connection, advantageous connections. And I believe these topics also will take us to that angle and give us the right background knowledge on what we need to know with regards relationship prosperity. relational prosperity rather. Though I target relationship prosperity because it's a broad subject. It's a broad subject, and it's a
Yeah.
life transforming subject at the same time. And we need to take this real serious. So, sir, real quick, I want you to jump into what we have tonight. Let's get started. So, what is it you're feeding us with regards to this topic we're talking about tonight? Let's look into it.
Okay. Let's draw it down to they say we start from the known to go to the unknown. So many individuals have their set of principles, set of lifestyle, which they pattern it to their temperament. That's what so many of them call it. They say sanguine and melancholy and this and the rest. And at that point, they allow it to affect the relationship they have with others. Some phlegmatics will tell you, I'm a very quiet person. I hardly talk to people and the rest, and I always be on my own. And I don't need to express myself. On that point, he or she doesn't know that he's stealing or she's stealing the power of networking. Like you said at the issue, you said relationship is something that we really, really hold dear in our day-to-day living. I'm going to use myself, for example. I'm currently in a location where I have barely stayed for 3 months. Because I've decided to build my relationship and the way I interact with others, the way I interact with people around me, I had my birthday celebration that was on Thursday. Ab initio, I was not having any finance to celebrate that birthday because of some self and some reasons I could not control. I found out that I got two birthday cake surprises from people that are barely related with for just 2 or 3 months. And a friend of mine who saw everything and the whole prize gift and everything was more like, guy, you just did this for just 2 months or and you're doing this. And I told him that's the power of relationship. That's
Yeah.
where you allow people flow with you. You allow people understand that this is you, and you also like if I told you that you cannot buy it, you can stop it by being the person you want others to be. Some of us on our own we sit down and write down this is the kind of people I want to be relating with, this is the kind of friends I want to have. You yourself, are you the kind of friends other people want to have?
That's key
Now I'm going
because
to draw
you need to first become who you want people to be to you. I always say this. I always say this. Whatever you want people to do for you, you need to first of all do it for others. Whoever you want those around you to be, you need to first of all become that person. That is the right way to leadership. A leader is a person who knows the way, goes the way, and shows others the way. A leader is a person who has become this kind of person in an area and also show others on how to go about becoming that kind of person. So it's
thank you
very,
very
very
much.
important.
And a leader would not be able to lead others if he doesn't have a good relationship level or process with his followers. So many of us find out that yes, you're choleric in nature and you know you're domineering, and you just let it be. That's my temperament. That's it. And you see people suffering because of that your temperament. Temperament is something yes we cannot really erase from our life, but we can control it and make ourselves rather being relationally impoverished, we are relationally prosperous. And there's so many ways we could do this, which I believe because of this class, we will discuss so many of that. Apart from our relationship with people, also if you bring this to networking, business class, like what is the main topic of this whole school, this whole class we are having? So many people think, okay, I have a business, I have a shop, and then
Yeah,
I have a company. They don't know that that business that there are ways you communicate with your customers, there are ways you communicate with your staff, there are ways you communicate with whosoever works under you, works with you, and the rest. And that in turn helps those businesses to grow. That's what people
yes,
don't know. I've seen
yeah,
persons that, okay, even I myself, I've not wanted to buy something. I think that's happened on Saturday. I never planned buying a pair of trousers. But because of the way a young man approached me while I passed his shop, I had to buy that plaza because of
Yeah, yeah,
it just like a discussion that led to after this plaza is going to fit you and the smile and everything. For some of us, when customers prices us in a way that we are not comfortable and the rest, at that point we just lay a strike on them and we're like, if you know one buy in Nigerian received
just
if you know one
come
buy,
on.
maybe they go all this kind of things and
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
hair
What you
water come
know,
out now. I go still
it
am.
reminds me something, and what it
Okay.
reminds me is there's this saying: customers often buy into the seller before they buy the product.
That's true. That's very
It is
true.
general in every sphere of life, in every sphere of influence. People who you are meant to do business with or do transactions with, they often buy into your personality first. They buy into the person before they think about buying the product. Like, let's say you're a content creator, you're writing content,
Yeah, that's true.
run ads, and you really need people to personalize what you do. If you keep doing that, a lot of persons will see the stuff you do online, but will never, act interested. But they keep watching you. Most times you feel like people do not see what you're doing, but they're really watching from behind the scene. So they watch you over time, your level of consistency, and they are just convinced, let this guy know what he's doing. They see your track record, they see the evidence, they see testimonials, and they already bought into your person, identity, your brand. That's your personal
That,
brand. Before they now buy into your business brand. I've
it's
experienced
true.
this.
That's it.
I've
That's
experienced
very much true, sir.
I've got some contracts online actually. So like the last project I'm working on, I kept doing the stuffs I'm doing on Facebook. And one of the days, um, someone reached out to me, I need your contact. And just by that, we got talking and it was like, okay, I've been watching what you're doing. I know that this is what I want. And that was it. So
Wow,
people need to
that's nice.
focus on what they do intentionally, both online and offline, because it goes a long way to add to individual personality. People will always buy into your person before they buy your products, especially those who know you. They want to be convinced.
That's true.
They
Yeah.
want to be convinced that you know what you're
That's
doing.
what they call see finish. See finish. That's what they call it. See
But
finish.
those who do not know you may often buy from you due to referral. Maybe someone that's already known you recommends you to them, and they are like, "This guy, patronize this guy." So
That's
you see
true.
where
Very true.
relationship
Very true.
plays there. Referral. It's very, very key in that area, and people need to know this.
I
People
want to
need to.
bring this to ladies
So,
too. Some ladies,
before we proceed,
okay.
please, you're watching us. You are welcome to a nice show, and I want you to drop on the comment section exactly where you are watching us from. I want to know where you're watching from. Your state, your location, your city. I want to know. You are welcome. You're welcome.
You're welcome, guys.
Proceed.
Okay, I wanted to say something, sir. For the ladies, too, I have three younger sisters, and I told them something. I said, "You're walking on the road, and the guy stops you and talks." I
Okay.
told my younger sisters that you don't you don't just cut him short, laying salt on him and the rest. I told her that it's not easy. Oh. That guy must have done so many rehearsals in his private room before coming out, and he does that to you, and you rubbishes him. Now I taught them something. I said, allow him to finish his rehearsal, even if maybe he might not be making sense. Some persons they allow himself approaching people as well, but that's not the purpose. When he finishes, give him that his self-esteem and respect him. Thank you very much. I've heard what you say. Either you look for a very polite way to reject his proposal or look for a way to discharge. Then maybe when he forces himself on you cannot escalate and do whatever. But so many ladies have lost so many opportunities because they feel that any guy that stops them on the road or that stops them on the mall, at the mall rather, or anything, just want to approach them. I
That's
don't know if you
true.
go what I'm saying.
I
Yeah,
understand you.
so
That's true.
they're,
That's very.
so they're relationally impoverished in the sense that they think that all guys offer to them is just approach them, have sex with them, and dump them and the rest. Which there are guys that maybe must have heard you. I know that I really, really respect ladies that are intentional. So
Yes.
maybe I must have seen you in a very public place where you have a public speaking show and you did very well, and I approach you and I'm like, oh sorry, excuse me, I saw you somewhere. And you be like, I'm not interested, all this rubbish. At that point, you've called off your follower. And what people don't understand is every one of us we are linked to almost 1 million persons in the world.
Yes.
And of which if you want to badmouth you, 1 million persons have badmouthed you. And each of the 1 million persons have other 1 million persons linked to them. How do you expect to excel and grow on the global stage with that
Hmm.
such others? Now, I don't want to be partial. Also for the guys too, some guys are like that too. They believe that, especially here in this part of Africa, they know it's the men's word. We don't allow the women to be active around us because we see it as a competition. So on that
Hmm.
note, maybe in our business areas, in our places of work, or in the places where we get our living, a lady is placed above us. We don't relate properly with them because we are having this self competition with them. That affects our productivity, that affects our promotion, that affects our intentionality. Because the
Wow.
moment, the time you use in thinking of what to do to develop yourself, you're using it to look for a way to downgrade that female individual.
Hmm.
And funny enough, people don't know that I've worked with ladies. Ladies brings out the best in men. So apologies to men still. I'm not trying to say that ladies are better, but I'm trying to say when you allow that stereotype thinking leave you and reason like somebody that is intentional, you understand that it's not the gender that matters. It is the
Yes,
person.
that's true.
So at that point when you understand, then another thing is religion. I'm sorry to say this, Christianity in some part of the world has been misinterpreted. Some persons have allowed religion to creep into reality. I know
Hmm.
that
That's
people quote this popular scripture of not being equally yoked with unbelievers. That scripture has caused, some people have allowed it, not the scripture rather, some people have made and allowed the scripture to cause much harm to them than good. Okay, because somebody don't attend your denomination, one, you paint him an unbeliever. Because somebody is not of the same religion with you, you paint him an unbeliever, which is true. But that in any way does not make you not to relate with him because you're selling yourself to him. Are you selling yourself to only believers? If Dangote was only selling himself to a particular set of persons, I don't think Dangote would have been this level he is today. If the current president of Nigeria was selling himself to his only religion, I don't think he would have been the president of Nigeria,
hmm.
just like Joe Biden and the rest. So you
Hmm.
you make sure that when you wake up in the morning, you tell yourself, "I'm selling myself to the world. Globality is the standard." So at that point, in as much as you're on being unequally yoked with unbelievers, I'm talking about Christians, you should also know that you have to be relationally prosperous because you cannot tell someone for the Christians among us, you cannot tell somebody that Jesus is Lord when he doesn't see the evidence on your face and of which Jesus
That's
Christ
true.
is relationally prosperous on his own note. If he wasn't relationally prosperous, he wouldn't have been able to relate to the Jews. You know when they say polite insult, when you are relationally prosperous, you can give somebody a polite insult and he will join you to smile at that point while you're correcting him.
Yeah. Okay.
So
One
that's
one
just
one key from all you've said is really value. Is really full of value. And just like from
okay.
the light of the scripture, the biblical passage you talked about, not being, equally yoked with an unbeliever. A lot of persons have this mindset. Once a person is not of same faith with them, they can't interact or have a mutual st- like relationship with you. But the business world ought not to be so,
Yeah,
because one thing
yeah.
about money is not religious.
So that's right.
Finance
That's
is
true. It
neither
doesn't
a
know.
Christian, nor a Muslim, nor a Buddhist. Anyone who obeys the
That's
principle
true.
of attract it, because that's how God
So
have laid the foundation of the world of function. Although He gives grace, the ability for men to make wealth, but that notwithstanding, anyone who obeys the principle of nature, the universe, of wealth, the world is ruled by certain principles. You attract
that's
what you put in. So, and it's important we know this. Like personally, each time I go out to a special event, I have this mindset that I want to connect with people of, people who are intentional about my life. I tag this only quality people, OQP,
hmm.
only quality people. When
I've
you do
learned
this,
one
you go,
thing.
you are looking out for who is the businessman around here that I can, connect with for, future business. You can do business with this person. You are looking out who is the person that may likely need my services around you. As a contractor, I look out for people, men who I know, I have interaction with them, regardless of religion. Be you a Muslim, a Christian, it doesn't matter. The most important thing is this is business. This is business. So you
Yeah,
connect with people. I always
he
look out
has
to
no
connect with
respect
people.
for religion.
And the most effective way to do that is that before you as an individual launch out, you have to brand yourself, make yourself unique enough that you would be able to attract others to yourself. There's a way you need to package yourself so that those who come around you will also appreciate doing stuff with you. Because the same way you are looking out for a high value person, the people you are connecting with also want to connect with a high value person. So you should be the value personified so that these people will be willing to connect with you while you also look out to connect with them.
Thank
I
you.
don't know if you
That's nice.
like from the beginning of this session, we talked about something. Become who you want others to become for you. You
That's
need to be
true.
the person you want others to be. And in order to do that, you need to start with yourself. Change your mindset, brand yourself, package yourself. When you do this effectively and you know what you are out for, when you are shooting your shot and
Mm.
you are
Yeah,
not
I
missing
love
your
the line of your shirt.
you are not missing your target. So this area is important. We're talking about relational prosperity. And in this realm, in this kingdom, one of the most effective ways of becoming successful is linking up with men. No one is an island of wisdom. And the only way you are going to leverage on relationship on the people around you is when you know what you are personally out for.
Networking.
Yes. So I would like to ask a question with regards to our topic for tonight. What could be the likely disadvantage of one not putting this in place? In quotes, relational,
Okay.
parallel relational, prosperity, or wanting to connect with people effectively. I hope you can hear me.
Okay, I would talk about like five. First, life becomes uninteresting to you. At a point, you see life as a stop because people will start drawing out from you. You'll be like, especially in a business world, you see, my business is not growing, not knowing that it's your fault, the way you relate to people. Now, it could lead to friendship apathy. Apathy in the sense that you're not interested in to keep friends around you. not knowing that the friends that could be more important or necessary or either sacrosanct than even each other. Remember, I mentioned networking. Now, your old age will be filled with penury. I would also say your family might be in a shattered state because of your inability to relate and organize. One thing people don't know is if you lack your ability to be prosperous relationally, you are relationally impoverished. You organizing things will be difficult because you cannot be an island. That is it. You would need others. That's something we call
Yes.
kitchen cabinet. You need a kitchen cabinet. Before a president becomes a president, he has a kitchen cabinet, people, the inner circle. Even inside the inner circle, he has an inner circle, so you cannot stand on your own. Now, it most times leads to financial poverty. Like people don't know that your relational prosperity is linked to you being rich. We say that oftentimes, yeah. That's all. Then let's bring religion to it. It might make you not to make heaven. That's true. People don't understand. See, I think if you can remember, the Bible says, follow peace with all men. Holiness without Christian one shall see the Lord. So if you don't relate to people, Allah, how the peace can be enter now? The peace cannot enter. So that's just the
Hmm. That's amazing. That's amazing. Okay. So from the light of what you said, it is
okay.
key. From the light of what you said, I just want to, it is key to relate effectively with people. And this boils down to communication because I know a lot of persons have low quality communication skill. There's no way you're going to relate to a fight effectively or do business effectively, sell your product without communication. You need to communicate what you're selling. You need to communicate what you are bringing in, the value you are presenting, and the benefit that one could get, relating with you, doing business with you, interacting with you. You need to communicate effectively. Without communication, your value won't be is still out there. You need to communicate effectively to market your value, to sell out what you sell. Yeah, the last episode we talked about how to, craft out value that sells you and what you sell. And from the light of that conversation, you realize that there's how you need to, I keep talking about packaging and branding, how one should present himself. It's very, very key because there are some strategic things that need to be put in place for you to stand out, for you to stand out. And one of the major ways is solution driven. When you think about what problem is in this area I am majoring in, what area can I bring in solution? You begin to give out free value, give out value in that area. So it is key. Be it around with the people around them, let people perceive you to be a person of value. So, sir, you can proceed.
Thank you very much. I love the last line, being a person of value. That's
Yeah,
something that I really value and I really respect rather. And it made me to think to a very wonderful thing to a friend of mine uses. He says making a difference, being mad, a mad advocate that's making it.
yeah,
When you
yeah, yeah.
become intentional, you become valuable. Okay, the last thing I want to talk about is ways to be relationally prosperous. Okay, we've talked about the disadvantages and how people become relationally impoverished. Now we'll talk about how to be relationally prosperous. Very, very important. Having the G factor. Who is the G factor? Is God. Apologies, I always like bringing in spirituality to my speeches because I'm a spiritual man. The G factor, that's God. Because if you have an intimate relationship with God, you have this tremendous intimate relationship with God, definitely you will in turn reciprocate that relationship you have with the G factor to people around you. And that in turn sells you, as Mr. Michael is here now, if he says he wants to start selling a pen, let's say this pen I have in my hand now, and with the way he relates with people, I'm sure that he's going to sell it very fast. So,
Yes.
and I am made to believe that that's because he has a wonderful relationship with you, Pastor. Now, secondly, you be humble. Ah, my brother, some individuals in this world are not humble. Humility is really, really far from their lane. Like, we don't know what to call humility. How do you expect somebody to buy you when you don't want to sell yourself?
That's powerful.
Now, you are into the business line. You definitely know that it's not everybody that will buy your idea. All you have to do is to convince them to see business with you because there are thousands of persons who have similar idea with you. What buys you out from others is your packaging and presentation. So if you're
Yes.
not humble, then there's no way you would present your packaging and presentation. Yes, you might be highly placed statistically than some persons that want to buy your product. But at that moment, just forget about your class or status. What is important is that commodity. If this pen is what you want to sell, just let me sell it. Even if Mike says, Uche, this shirt you wore to me today, I don't like the color. Oh, sorry, Mike. Don't worry, next time I'm going to get a better shirt for you. Like, it's not like, do you know how much I bought this shirt? This shirt can buy your house or feed you in 6 months. At that point, you've lost your audience or you've lost your buyer. Now, learn to serve. Learn to serve. People don't want to serve, but they want to be served. People
Serving is
don't
a
want to
key.
serve. You can't be a leader if you don't serve. That's just it.
Mm,
You don't. People don't know that when you are serving, that is even when you are honored. That's a logic. When you are serving somebody, the person is marveled at your service. At that point, he honors you. At the point, he worships you. Then learn to give. Give. The gift of men, make it way for them. Give. Some people, their hands are tied. Their hands are so tight, they cannot lose it out. Like a giving, you don't know, can make way. Giving does not really entail only financial, whatever, money.
mm,
Volunteering is part of giving. Giving your talent, giving your time.
that's true.
So many persons don't know that when you give out something to make something work, next time you would need someone to give to you. And you never can tell. It might not even be the person you gave. Somebody that was there when you gave can come up or something. Now, be what you want others to be. That's what we said ab initio at the beginning of this class. Be what you want others to be. You want an ideal person, an ideal buyer, ideal co-workers, ideal business. Have you worked on yourself? That's the question. Some people
It's a
don't
big.
even read. You don't read. You don't even listen to correction. When you're corrected, you feel angry. If you correct me, I need to be happy because I've learned something. And some people are scared of misunderstanding. When you misunderstand, you understand.
Yes.
That's what we don't know.
You
Excuse
misunderstand.
me. Yes, in every relationship, when you misunderstand yourself, it's the ability to make up that matters. You sit back. This young person don't like this, especially your partners in business. You are from different background and temperaments and the rest. That's just it. Then let love lead. The next one is love equally and avoid stratification. Stratification quickly is all about class, levels, and the society. We have upper, middle, and lower class. So some people does that. I watched a skit. Excuse me. I watched a skit this morning that's talking about economic class and first class and aeroplane, how people behave, and it was funny. But That's true. Some people are stratified. They only like to relate with people in their circle, people in their class, not knowing that it's not only your class that will buy your product. It's not only your class
That's
that will buy yourself. So talk less and limit criticism. That's the next one. Talk less and limit criticism. In as much as you accept criticism, limit the way you criticize others, rather you learn. Then don't let your temperament rule you. That's the most important thing. Don't
okay.
let your temperament rule you.
Before you proceed, I really want to chip this in real quick. You made
Okay?
mention about talking less, and
Yeah,
this is a very critical area because most persons, most business persons, they lag in this area of being a learner. You must be an effective learner for you to become more productive. It takes the knowledge you know to move you to the next level. It takes what you don't know or what you know is responsible for the level you are right now.
yeah, that's true.
Most times
That's
it
true.
takes
You
just
have to learn.
of knowledge to move you to a higher level. A little spark. So, in order to talk less, most people prefer to talk and neglect to learn. So, most time when I
Hmm.
interact with people, I prefer to do the listening than talking. Because when you
That's a
listen, you
good
learn.
point.
But if you
Okay.
always claim like you always feel like you know it all and you want to do the talking, you will never learn. So that is where reducing the level comes in. You need to always be this person that is ready to learn. Be a learner. Be a learner. Always make up your mind to learn something new. And by so doing, you reduce how you talk, especially when you're interacting with high value people. Because when you during the conversation, there are some things you're going to be saying that will be helpful to you. But if you do the talking alone, you won't get to hear them out and learn from their perspective.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
So this is just it. Right on, sir.
Okay, finally, I don't have much to say again.
Wherever you're viewing from, I hope you're coming. You're welcome to tonight's event. You're welcome. Drop the comment below. Let me know where you're watching. And if you have a question, also leave it in the comment section.
All right, finally, like I was saying, don't let your temperament rule you. It's very important as individuals, as intentional seekers, as people that are positive thinkers, value people, that you locate your temperament. Once you
Mm.
locate your temperament, you now know how to rule it, not allow the temperament to rule you. Like if we were talking before now, talkative, loquacious person. Yes, excuse me, it has its advantage and disadvantage.
Yes, it's
So
true.
you just have to work on it. Yeah. Yes, a good outgoing person can make a very good marketer. He can sell
That,
his business very well because he knows, excuse me, sorry, he knows how to engage people. So if he could channel the strength of his person to engaging people and not disengaging people, that would be
mm,
okay. A choleric person channel his or her strength of being domineering to being domineering to the business and making out with not using the temperament to kill people's decisions, opinions, or ideas in the business. A phlegmatic person, if you don't allow your being so tranquil, tranquilicious or whatever, if there's a word like that, to yourself, like you're trying to maintain calmness and you don't speak out. Not knowing that when you speak up, ideas will come, people will help you achieve that goal and achieve that you want in your business. And a melancholy person who is very perfect, who sees perfection as the key and is always depressed. Now that
that's true.
individual himself shouldn't allow his depression or that quest to be depressed. I used to be like that. I'm a very melancholy kind of person. And I still have traits of sanguine and choleric. But the melancholy is very, very domineering. Now, when depression starts, traits of depression start setting in, you see that because you want to work towards perfection, you no longer allow ideas around you to flow.
Mm.
You no longer want to relate with people. Sometimes you even want to black out. Like you don't want to relate with people. That moment
Yeah.
when you are stopping on your disperfection, if there is a word like that, it would have been a time you would have written up and a business would have been top notch. Great men out there, there's no time you could even trace back their talent to them. I'm sure nobody could say whether Dangote is sanguine, choleric, phlegmatic, or melancholy. Nobody could say that because they hid their temperament and brought their intentionality, what they want first, and allow the temperament to deal with themselves. This is all I have to say. Thank you very much, my friend.
Wow, wow, wow. There's loads of value in here, and I really appreciate for this from you put in here. Yeah, it's important. I hear most people say things like I'm an introvert. And so I can't. I'm not a marketing person. I don't know how to sell effectively. Mm-mm. It shouldn't be so. It shouldn't be so. Be it that you're an introvert or an extrovert, it doesn't matter. Because the only way you are going to increase as a business person is that you must sell. And for you to sell, you must be without being an introvert or whatever. You must be
That's true.
outgoing. You must connect with people. Because you are not selling to yourself, you sell to be it that you're selling your
That's
personal
true.
is people you are selling to, right? You're selling your
Yeah.
business, is people you are selling to. So temperament and all those things is not allowed, it's not an excuse. When we talk about relationship responsibility, it's not an excuse. Even though you choose to, you're a very quiet person, you grew up as a quiet person. Once you want to be intentional about your business, you must make up your mind to connect with people. You must make up your
That's
mind
true.
to flow like yes. So there's this saying I love so a good business person must
Mm-hmm.
be a good salesperson.
Wow. That's nice.
One, you must know how to sell yourself. Two, you must know how to sell your brand effectively. So with what we have in this conversation, I believe you can connect or navigate effectively and begin to leverage the area of relational prosperity because these have
Yeah.
all the fundamental knowledge and keys, wisdom keys you need to move forward in this area. So, and at this juncture, I really want to appreciate you for tonight's event. I'm so glad to have you tonight. And I know the audience
Yeah.
are as well. So you're watching from wherever, drop on the and also want to have your questions if you can take it from me. So, sir, once again, I want to say thank you for
You're
and we really
welcome,
hope
Mr. Michael.
you back on this channel. We hope to have you again.
I also hope to be here. Thank you.
So, at this junction, I think we'll be cutting for tonight. So, till the next episode, we'll see you again.
All right. Thank you, guys.
Yeah, thank you so much and have a lovely night rest. We have no question here, so we just going to shut down for tonight. So, good night, sir.
Thank you.